Guys, I just started coming at you with your week 3 transaction video for the PDL. This is actually going to be a very, very short one. If in the future, if it is this short, what I will probably end up doing is just lumping it in with power rankings and just calling that like week 3 overview or something. Yeah, again, only 2 transactions this week, and they were actually both made by the same player, Dizzy Falcon. His first transaction he decided to make was he dropped his Weavile and picked up Talonflame. At first, I still don't even know what compelled him to do this. He's 2-0 currently, and I mean Weavile has gotten 3 kills and not died. He's used him as a cleaner, and Weavile had done its job. Like it had not, how to explain it had not been asked a ton of, but it had performed the job that it needed to. It had done what it was asked to do. And yeah, it was just he replaced a very fast offensive Pokemon with priority with another very fast offensive Pokemon with priority. So again, I don't know exactly what he was thinking here. But I do kind of like the pick. Talonflame is a lot more versatile than Weavile. Weavile really has like one set, two. Well, it has. You can run Swords Dance, and then there's also just like standard Life Orb. I guess you could run like Scarf or Band or something. Band makes sense too. But again, Talonflame has got quite a few different sets that I know of that it can run. It can run Choice Band. It can run especially defensive bulk up, physically defensive bulk up, offensive Swords Dance, defensive Swords Dance. It can do some different things. I've seen it be like this weird Stallbreaker set with like Willow and Taunt and some things like that. So I think I do like the pick. At first I was a little meh on it because now both of his main offensive threats are weak to electric, or 2 of his biggest at least. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Before 2 of his offensive, or Weavile and Keldeo already shared a weakness in Fairy. Now they just share a weakness in Electric, which is probably an upgrade. Also, overall they just kind of have better typing synergy. Talonflame just eats up any grass type attack that tries to hit Keldeo, and Keldeo will eat up any water type attacks that try to hit Talonflame. Stuff like that. What else? Do they share any other resistances? Oh, Talonflame actually does resist Fairy, which is nice for Keldeo. So, defensively they have some synergy. Offensively, they even do have some decent synergy. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, that one I'm not entirely sure why he thought it needed a change. I think Weavile had performed just fine, but again, I do like the Talonflame pickup. Sceptile is a Pokemon that he decided to drop, or Mega Sceptile at least, and picked up Mega Gallade. This one I think makes a little more sense, simply because Mega Sceptile has just done nothing. Actually, if you look over at the stats here for his Sceptile, it has done a grand total of gotten 0 knockouts, taken 3 hits, and been knocked out twice. So it has not done a whole lot. To be fair, I don't know how much of that is on Sceptile versus the situation it was put in. Maybe the player just didn't utilize it to its fullest. But again, I respect the fact that basically his thought process was, well, Sceptile was not doing anything for me. I want to make a change. I like that he did this when he was 2-0. I think a lot of people, when they're 2-0 or doing very well, they're just like, well, why would I make a change? Don't fix if it's not broken. We'll see how this works out for him. Mega Gallade has a little better defenses than Mega Sceptile. It's probably a little less versatile offensively, simply because Sceptile has a very usable. If we take a look here, let's go ahead and take a look. You can see here Mega Sceptile special attack is sky high, but its attack stat is also pretty decent. Again, terrible defenses leave it kind of not. You don't really want it to be. It cannot run any kind of defensive set feasibly. But Gallade over here. It has decent special defense, making it a little bulkier. It's slower, of course, but still good speed. And of course, it does not have really the option to run a special set just because of its very poor special attack. It does get some decent moves, though. I think it learns Bulk Up. It probably gets Swords Dance. I'm sure it gets Swords Dance, something like this. Yeah, it gets Swords Dance. So, I mean, it can run a couple of different viable sets. I think it learns Knockoff, which is nice. Yeah, it does learn knockoff, so it has some utility it can bring to the team. Even Destiny Bond, well, that's interesting. So yeah, I think this is a fine pickup. Again, if for nothing else, simply because Mega Sceptile just had done basically nothing for him. Um, Again, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say on the subject, but it was a very light week in transactions. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I hope you have a good one.